So I've seen for a while that we have some corn here. Oh my. So I've seen for a while that we have corn here that the silks have turned yellow. It doesn't feel very pollinated. It's so foggy out here. And humid. Just gonna break this off and we'll see together. It's super misty or humid out here, and it has been, and it's going to continue to be because it's going to rain for like the next 7 days. Okay, let's see. It's cloudy, so you can't even see. Oh my goodness, I was not expecting it to look that pretty. That's amazing. Okay, so let me harvest. Even when I felt it, it didn't even feel this good. So let me harvest some more. This one, these two, I'm so excited to open them. They look exactly like store-bought. Really like 3 of them. I don't have a basket, so I'm gonna sit these on the table because there's some more in here. So on average, I've gotten 1 ear of corn off of like each plant. The plants that do have 2 ears, the second ear is like very small. And I think altogether right now I'm sitting at about 15 of these that I've harvested. And if all 15 of them look as good as that first one, I'll be so happy with that. We don't actually eat a lot of corn. Like, corn's not something I buy from the store. None of my, I think only maybe like out of 4 of my kids, maybe 1 maybe like corn. I don't really care for corn, but if it's like fresh corn on the cob, I may eat it, but we don't do like canned corn or anything like that. And so these will definitely be enough for us to enjoy. For me and maybe my husband, I think eats fresh corn on the cob, and like maybe one of my kids, I'm not really sure, but it's just not something that we eat. And so this is enough for us. I do want to get better at growing corn. This is my 3rd year trying to grow sweet corn in this garden, but it's actually my 1st year that I've actually even got. Last year I did get it wasn't sweet corn, it was grinding corn, and I got a few ears of that, and I did get a few corn on the cobs that were good, but like I've not got 15 corn on the cobs good. So I would say this is my 1st year. The rest of the corn is pretty short on this end. It was mostly on this end where the corn was taller that I got all of those good corns. And like I said, there are some second ones on there. For example, like this one right here is really small. That one right there is really small, even though it's brown. There's another one here that's really small and brown, as well as here. And that's all where I've gotten second ears of corn. Another one right here. And so I'm not sure what those will look like in the inside. I'm gonna leave them because they don't look like much. And then I have some up here that are trying to grow 2 more ears of corn, but they're not ready. It's been raining, so everything is like really wet and messy. and feels really, really gross. But you can see this is my pumpkin patch, and I was coming out here to pull all of these pumpkins because 1, the pumpkins have already turned orange, 2, the vines are dying, and now morning glory is trying to grow. The same thing with my winter squash back there. But I did have to, before I go back that way, let me pull this cabbage. This cabbage has been ready for a while and I haven't been able to pull it, and I'm worried it actually is not going to be any good anymore. Let me see. Maybe if I pull it now, I can still use it. So I didn't do a good job at harvesting that. I didn't bring anything out to harvest it with, and there were lots of slugs in the insides of the leaves, so I'm guessing that's what this damage is. So there's probably more bugs in there. I'm gonna have to cut this off and sit this in salty water to get all of the bugs out, but we finally have it harvested. So all of my watermelons still seem to be doing okay. That's pretty big. That one's actually probably the biggest. But I do see and smell something very fruity. So with all of the rain, it looks like these melons here haven't opened up. So we'll just give these to the pigs. That melon smelled so delicious. So all of my winter squash vines have died, and we have spaghetti squash here. And I wanted to pull the vines and get them all gathered up. And then we have butternut over here. And I'm actually not sure what this is. I guess now that the leaves are dead, I can read the tags. That is not a Pennsylvania Dutch. Oh, it's called the Blue Hubbard. This winter squash, I'm gonna go ahead and pull. There's slugs at the bottom. So this one was actually called a black futsu. I've never grown it before. It looks very weird. I guess it's green because it's wet, because the side that's not wet is not green. So I'm gonna sit here and put some salt water in here, or some salt in this water, so that we can draw out if there's any more slugs in there. Okay, let's settle this. Do you like corn?
Yes.
You don't like corn, I know. But Nehemiah, do you like corn? Okay. So yes, the girls are really excited about opening the corn, whether they like it or not. They just want to see it. And I've already showed you guys this one outside, but we'll continue to open that, and we'll open the rest, and then I'll show you what we end up with. That looks so good. Oh my goodness. I can't believe I grew that.
Last time.
Yes, but it's sweet corn though.
Last time they were all.
Oh, that looks great.
Ow!
Yeah, that was the grinding corn.
I see the corn!
Good job.
So we'll see it.
So the kids just finished shucking all the corn. So we had some that didn't fully pollinate. Some of the smaller ones, like that, didn't fully pollinate, so we'll just cut that top off. We'll cut that top off, like right here. But we have 14 ears of corn, and the ones that fully pollinate look amazing. It's actually making me think if I want to save one of these and dry it out for corn seed next year, but I actually have to go back and look because I don't remember the variety that I planted, but they look great. So Nehemiah's been asking to taste one, so.
I want to taste one too.
This tastes good. Is it sweet? So I actually just took a bite and it is sweet and it does taste good.
That was actually good. Yummy.
It does taste good. It doesn't even need like salt or butter, which I want to dip everything in butter. Anaya's gonna give it a taste. She's the one who doesn't like corn.
It's fine.
It's fine. Is it better than stored corn that you've tasted?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I actually even got my son to taste a bite and he said that was actually good. So he's eating the rest of that corn. Anaya says it tastes like asparagus and so she's not eating the rest of hers. But I will say, if I could grow corn myself, then maybe I can get my whole family to eat corn and then, because store-bought corn we don't like. Well, except for Anaya because she's still looking at me weirdly. You still don't like corn?
No.
So I actually just looked it up on my old video. The corn I planted was called Argent Corn, and it was a white corn from House Tools, and it's a hybrid plant, so I'm not going to try to save seeds from it, but I'm just going to enjoy that I have it. And I'm going to actually write that down so that in my notes that I'm taking notes on, because this is corn has not like usually the corn that I did get would have like a worm damage at the top, and I actually thought I was gonna have worm damage because I did see like 4 worms in like one of the corns, but surprisingly there's actually no worm damage. So I would definitely grow this again. It's really sweet. I just looked it up and it does say it's an 86-day variety corn, so I'm actually wondering if I could possibly pull that bed and plant more corn if I fertilize it. I'll have to look that up. I've never done that before, but 86 days, we definitely still have 86 days in our growing season. If you guys have ever planted another, like a second round of corn, let me know. I know now since we're in summer and yesterday we're at 106 as the real feel, and I think today is a heat advisory as well. I don't know if it would do good germinating, even though I have drip out there and it's supposed to rain for like the next 7 days. So yeah, you guys let me know if you planted a second round of corn, because now that I've tasted this corn and I see it, it just makes me so excited to possibly grow it again before the season's over.